great that you're accompanying me here in the gondola.
Yeah,
I thought that's the most authentic place for an interview that we can have here.
sure. Why not? I mean, we're gonna ride the lifts anyway, so have a yawn, you know.
So tell me, maybe weird question, but what would you say taught you punk rock about being in the mountains? Did it teach you more than technique?
Now, I just feel it. I make my own decisions. You know, I'm responsible for my own decisions. You know, it's okay to be an individual. It's okay to have our own, our own train of thought. That's kind of some old, I guess, punk rock metaphor. You know, you do your own thing. You know, and it's okay. Okay. Maybe, yeah, we want to say respect others, but I want to be respected too. Don't look at me and think you know what I am all about. He's like, yeah, you don't. But and I'm not gonna hold it against you either. You do your thing, I'll do mine. but at the same time, from an athletic standpoint,
Yes.
it gave me a way to, let's say, communicate myself within my athletics with that same thing, that individual feeling, that individual thinking, make my own decisions, don't necessarily be too influenced by the others. And especially in mogul skiing, that really meant a lot because, when I was competing in moguls and stuff, that meant a lot to me to really make sure I had my own way, I guess.
And I mean, you're known for taking risks. Was there any kind of moment that you had to recognize that was too much?
Oh gosh, risk is such an interesting thing. Risk never changes. Risk is always there. Our tolerance of risk, our acceptance of risk, our mitigation of risk is stuff that I've learned over the years.
Yeah.
I've learned through trial and tribulation. I've learned through actual formal training. Risk is risk, and we do our thing. One thing that I have never counted on was luck. Although luck, I've been very lucky, but I've never counted on luck. I never relied on luck. I'll look back some certain things in my life where I was like, wow, I was really lucky. My whole life, I'm really lucky. My life is all about luck. I mean, I'm a professional snow skier. That's a very lucky thing. But as far as when you talk about risk and luck have nothing to do with each other.
Not at all. But was there the moment that you had to recognize that what you told yourself, if I manage that, if I survive that,
Yes.
I'm done?
Oh no, I don't give adrenaline. I've never given adrenaline that much credit.
Okay.
I've always thought my actions have been consciously decided. I relied on my technique. I relied on my skills. I relied on past experiences. I relied on real time what's going on in front of me at the moment. I've never been everybody else used to say, oh, the adrenaline junkie. And I've never thought of myself as an adrenaline junkie.
And what scares you more? Is it a steep line or getting older in an action sport?
Gosh, getting older is interesting because I'm aging, but at the same time, I'm very happy that I've never stopped. So I never really felt the age because I've always been involved in it. Do I do backflips on a certain powder day? Absolutely. Will I do them every day? No, I'm going to wait for the conditions to be good. And the same, I think, when it comes to steep skiing. Am I intrigued by ground course and steep lines? Yes, if conditions are allowing that, by all means, I'd still love to give myself that experience. I'm not necessarily only living for that moment. Skiing, there's so many beautiful things in skiing, whether it's skiing moguls with some friends or impact skiing, a big committing, European steep ski, and everything in between. Skiing, Christmas Day, a couple of friends of mine are parents. I don't have children, but they were all working, so we had the children. Me and my wife took everybody's kids skiing, and
They were happy, huh?
yeah, we were all happy, and I think that's what makes skiing so unique and so special is you can have these moments where you're at the peak of your career on whatever your discipline is, alpine racing, climbing, whatever. At the same time, you can have moments with the family, you can have moments with friends.
Wide range. If you were 18 again, would you choose the same way?
Yeah, I mean, if I was,
what would you
if
change?
I could give everybody my life, I would. I wish I could say, here's the map, just follow the dots. I can't. Would I make the decisions that I made? Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I made the decisions that I made, and I'm happy with them. I had a lot of help along the way. Yeah, I may have made a decision to endorse a brand, but that brand made the decision to have me endorse them. And so it wasn't just me, really.
Okay, first time that we stay in the gondola. So it's
Not
going
the first time, to be honest. I've ridden a gondola down a few times, actually, but no, we're making
because you missed the accident one.
No, various reasons, you know.
Okay.
Actually,
Good one.
I was just telling you a story earlier, so I'll tell you guys again. But in Finland, in Levi, Finland, there is a gondola that is actually a sauna, and I had the pleasure of being there one night while the sauna gondola was going, and you'd go round.
There
and
it
round.
makes sense.
Yeah, but it was really funny. Actually, it was a great souvenir of.
So how many
of traveling.
circles did you stay in the
We
gondola?
did 2 or 3 laps, and then they had a hot tub, like so you could get out, and then some other people would get in the gondola. Pretty funny. Anyways, yeah, right. So we feel like tourists. We go around and round and round.
Okay, let's get away from the sauna.
Yeah.
You had to do a lot with ski industry. What do you think would be surprising for the fans to know about ski industry?
How small we are.
Okay,
How small the ski industry really is.
so it's a small bubble.
I mean the resort industry, the ski resorts, the hotels, the restaurants, the travel and everything. That is big. That's big. That's like cruise ships. That's amusement parks. But the companies that support that, the skis, the boots, the poles, the glasses, the goggles, the clothing, we're actually very, very small.
Yeah, well, people know each other.
Tiny. And we all know each other. We know distributors around the world. We know agents within each nation.
It's not only an advantage.
I think it's a great advantage as long as we realize that we're small and respect each other's, and then also even the retailer, which is obviously where you go buy your ski equipment. That is the person that represents skiing in your neighborhood or in your city or whatever. And so yeah, we're all connected, but we're also very, very small compared to the world of the resorts, and travel and all the different stuff. I mean, the actual equipment industry, I don't think I know it's not very big, and it's very personal. We do know each other. And we respect. Like I look at, the colors and the t-shirt, are the colors that the skis are being made, or new products or new ski boots, and you're like, wow, they did a great job. And you walk over to them and go, hey, they're not competitors. They're all our associates.
Fine. If you could give young skiers just one piece of advice, what would you tell them?
Don't let anybody influence or take an experience away from you. Don't let what is in fashion now steal what you might be able to experience. And I think it's not just in skiing. I think it's the youth in general. Don't let the generation that's in charge right now, or the generation that's influencing thing right now, steal an opportunity for you to experience something, especially in sport. I'm a big water skier. I love barefoot water skiing. It's very unpopular. I mean, nobody knows it's barefoot water skiing. Yeah,
It looks great.
And we had some kids this summer. Their parents don't barefoot. They've never seen barefooting. They're 12 years old. And they were like, "What is that? Like, amazing!" And so for skiing, I would say the same. We have a wonderful history, 100-year history of alpine skiing. And I'll include snowboarding into this too. I'm not, but yeah, what is happening today with maybe the fat skis and the carving skis and and the racing or whatever we're doing is, if that's, if that's influencing you, that's fine. But if you see something in the past and go, wow, I really like that, like, something that I saw from skiing's past, and that becomes skiing's future, that's okay. That's what I tell you. Do your own thing.
Yeah.
Be exposed.
And that's more or less your own claim as well in your life.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, be exposed, be open. I've walked through doors that have opened, and I always will do that. I will always choose to walk through a door that opens, whether it's a good decision or not. No, it's always a good decision.
What would you like to be known one day? To be known for?
I cared a lot. Maybe I cared too much. But I also, like I said, I never really stopped. I've always loved my skiing, and I always will love my skiing. And yeah, I guess when it's all said and done, it's like, yeah, I don't think I accomplished that much, to be honest. People are like, oh, he's a pioneer, or he did this, and I don't think so. I think I'm just another link in the chain. There's that we can go back throughout history of skiing and see these links in the chain, but I want to be known as a good link in the chain. Like I was a strong point in the chain.
Thanks, Glen, for this great insight in your life.
Yeah, it's been great. It's really great to see everybody. Thanks for inviting me to this event, and I get to see a lot of old friends, and get to make a lot of new ones too. So yeah, that's the beauty of skiing, man. Beauty of skiing. Nothing like skiing. There's nothing like skiing. No rollerblading, no bicycle, no windsurfer, no nothing is like skiing.
Best words for ending an interview.
I get heck all the time, but skiing is the greatest waste of time in the world.